After ruining my algorithm over on Meta watching videos of AI giants, the result of which got me banned on Facebook for impersonation, a whole new trend started popping up on my feeds. One that surprisingly has nothing to do with giants. Instead, it's an ungodly amalgamation of the judges from America's Got Talent reacting to AI contestants. The natural progression of neural network talent. I don't know if you've watched America's Got Talent recently, but it really is just a shell of its former self. In the early days of the show, you had contestants with varying levels of talent. Some were okay, some were really, really good, while others were really, really not. And that made it feel unpredictable. Was the next person going to wow you, or be hilariously disastrous? Or seem like they're going to be hilariously disastrous and then wow you, like Tapeface did. I still don't quite understand Tapeface's shtick, but I am wowed. And now, the show is tightly curated to only feature the best acts, half of which are still singers. Something I've always had a problem with because there's always been plenty of singing competitions. You're telling me you're simultaneously good enough to win America's Got Talent, but not even be in the running to be INXS's next lead singer? Come on. AGT should be exclusively where all the other disciplines go to shine. There is a shamefully limited amount of places where two big dudes who bump bellies to make sound effects can thrive these days. And we need to protect every last one of those. So get out of your Richard Goodall and your heartwarming story about being a janitor with a golden voice. There's a place specifically made for you to show off your golden voice. It's called The Voice. Darcy Lynn can stay though because she's a ventriloquist singer and you don't see too many of those. Although she is the third ventriloquist to win. And also the 7th out of 9 singers. Meaning that half of the winners of this talent show have been singers. Now, I'm not trying to deride singing as a talent. It very much is, and one that I don't have. But come on, let some of the other skills shine. Another fun stat about the show, 11% of the winners have been dogs. So in the battle of cats versus dogs, you gotta do better, cats. And now, probably in its final form, the show is taking on a new life as a framing device for some real half-assed AI. Here, let me show you what I'm talking about. Ooh-wee, did you see how Sofia Vergara was going so wild for that chimp just existing? She gave it the golden buzzer! What's the backstory of that monkey? Does it have the voice of a chimp angel? And also, Chimp Angel, amazing name for a monkey that does magic. Doesn't even have to be good magic. I would pay more than I would like to admit to go see Chimp Angel live. Or if Chimp Angel was just the assistant for Chris Angel. Mr. Angel, if you're watching this, please get a monkey assistant and name it Chimp Angel. It's the least you can do for us. And that reel was pretty popular. 48,000 people liked it. And you might have noticed that I also liked it, but that's because I'm doing research here. It's what we call in the business a science-like. Anyways, here's another one. Bird become woman! I think we were all Howie Mandel when we witnessed that transformation. Now the last one is from a page called AGT Highlights, or as it says in the banner, AGT Higgleites. And that page does have quite a few Higgleites. Witness the majesty of human evolution as this chimp person becomes attractive human person. Attractive human female person. You probably thought that all chimps are boys, didn't you? That's sexist. Kinda shady having AGT in your name and then not having any, actual AGT clips. And also weird decision starting them all off the same way. Now here's a page that does mostly real AGT clips, but isn't above throwing some AI ones into the mix. Which really caught me off guard when I saw this one. I thought something seemed off here, but it was real enough that I was not expecting him to turn into a wolf. Now here's one that I think we should watch together. Welcome to the React Zone, where we curate the best videos that make you go, huh? And what? And today we have a video that's also going to make you say, is this even real? And that's because this is generative AI video with talent. What kind of talent? Let's find out together. Who's this guy? Waving at the crowd. Simon unimpressed.
Uh-oh.
Looks like he's walking with a bit of a whoa! It's a completely different person! And his shirt's made of water? Look how jacked he is now! Looking like the love child of Jeff Nippert and Ren from Corridor Crew.
Whoa, technology.
And he's got a gorilla friend? And they're busting a move? And they're merging their bodies as one? That's the dream! What is going on with that hair?
Stop trying to make fetch happen.
Huh? That's a mane? What kind of modern day chimera is this? Is this Simba all grown up? Was he half man, half gorilla, half lion, half Jonathan Taylor Thomas, half Donald Glover all along? And now we're back to the first person again. Someone call up Six Flags because we just went on a ride. What a talent these robots have. I wish I could do that. And you know what? With a little bit of practice, I bet I and even you could do this. I'm going to start practicing right away. What animal would you split off as and then re-merge with to create a different animal than either of the ones you started with? You know what to do. Leave your answer in the comments. That's it for this React Zone, and remember, zoners, don't stop zoning. That's just kind of a sampling of what's out there, but honestly, they're all pretty much the same. Although some are quite upsetting. Not going to show you those. And honestly, you don't have to look very hard to find them. There are some wild transmorgifications happening out there, really exploding some sob stories. It's pretty gross. Don't like it. Once you start going down this rabbit hole, it really is a lot of that. So I would say, don't. The common theme between all of these seems to be that transmorgification of human turns into animal or animal turns into human. And I suppose this makes sense because, you know, us in our corporal form can't just like anamorph into a bird. Now, I don't think I'd be making a video on this if it was just like AI doing card tricks. And especially not if it was AI doing singing. The only AI singer I'll accept is Glorb. And even that, I do feel pretty dirty about. Now, I don't really know how the world is feeling about this influx of AI videos, but me personally would be perfectly fine if I never see another one again. I get that technology is only going to get better, but these are just so repetitive and ironically devoid of any talent. There's no performance, it's not really CGI, they're not even like edited together all that well, if a human edited it at all. This also kind of just feels like a bummer of a time for AI to exist. Like, I feel like it would be a lot better if it was in the 90s. Or even the 80s. Welcome to the 1989 Tech Convention, where we have the smartest minds make the smartest things. First up, we have a scientist who made, it says here, Al, that is actually AI. Fascinating. You know those uppercase I's look just like lowercase L's? Ain't that something? I suppose that is something, yes. It is artificial intelligence, and it speaks. Listen up now. Hello world, I am AI, but you can call me Al. Get it? Like the Paul Simon song. Ha, ha, ha. Whoa, it is called Al. Looks like someone is owed an apology. No, the shit clearly says AI. You were still wrong. This is merely a coincidence. Cease the seconds at once. You can call me Al. Did I nail the cadence or what? As you can see, the computer is speaking all on its own. You can call me Al, but don't call me late for dinner. Ha, ha, ha. Really referencing that one song here. Can it do anything else? It can do so much more. Say you were to write a sitcom about a tool show featuring two people. AI, what would you name the sidekick? I would call him Al. Okay, in his defense, that is a good sidekick name. Now, unfortunately, Facebook isn't the only company dabbling in AI integrations. Everybody is. They just seem to be the most showy about it. Even here on YouTube is starting to merge into things. Although, in the most useless way I've seen yet. If you're someone who creates videos over here, you might have seen a tab called Inspirations next to your stuff. Now this uses AI to come up with video ideas for you, along with just the worst thumbnails you'll ever see. These are the inspirations it suggested for me. All four of these are slight variations of things I've already done. The bird Pokemon fact or fiction doesn't even make sense. They're all fiction. If I hit refresh, it's somehow worse? I really don't think it's a good idea for me to put in a whole bunch of effort into writing and researching and editing a video about the food trends coming up in 2023. Hitting refresh a few more times, still mostly bad ideas. So let's try the brainstorm feature. And right away, you can see that there's some limits to this. But the thing I really love about this feature is that it does so little. It churns out a fairly basic title using most of the words you used to get here, then gives you homework, and provides you with the least YouTube-y thumbnails. Just incredible work. Chef's kiss, 10 out of 10. Don't change. Now some of you might be struck with a bit of writer's block in considering using this, to which I say, yeah, go for it, I don't know, it might help you out. But I would also say that if you can come up with words to put in here, you're probably most of the way there. Now, one of my personal favorite things to do when trying to come up with ideas is I ask friends for 2 words and they just kind of go from there. Sometimes all you need is like a bit of a kick to get the ideas flowing. You might have a case of something that I like to call blank canvas syndrome. This is probably something that you're not going to get from AI since it like exclusively pumps out lists filled with not always the most accurate information. Now, to show you that this technique is foolproof and works 100% of the time, I asked 2 friends for 1 word each, and this is the result of that. See if you can guess what the words were. Are you someone who was sitting in a theater in 2010 watching the film Black Swan thinking, gee whiz, sure wish this was happening to me? Well, now you too can get swallowed up by the crushing weight of ambition and the darkness that surrounds it by doing ballet. Let's start with the basics. Pirouettes. No, we're not talking about the cookies, ha 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 ha, or the double reed mouthpiece, and definitely not the canter version done by your favorite horse dancers. No, we're talking human foot supporting the weight of a human person while twirling. To do this, you'll want to start off in the plie position, go on point, and then twirl. See? So simple. Allow me to demonstrate. Okay. To master this maneuver, you're going to need total control of all of your muscles. Everything from the extensor hallucis longus in your big toe to your sternocleidomastoid in your clavicle. Especially the sternocleidomastoid, because that's the muscle that keeps your head from wobbling about. Because if you don't keep that thing still, ballet mistress Vaganova is going to tell you in no uncertain terms, Drzy Gavolu Nepa de Vishnu. She's stern, but fair. Now go put your neck out there and do some turns, so you too can be blinded by the lights of the stage and the one at the end of the tunnel in front of hundreds of dance fanatics in New York City. До свидания. Wow, that sure was something. I hope you all learned a lot from that. Anyways, that's the end. If you enjoyed that, like button, subscribe button. Maybe share this with your most talented friend and let them know that the clock is ticking. If they're gonna show off their talent, they better do it soon before the robots do. Alright, bye now.